I will be showing you how I achieved this look. If you see my previous video, I did a Kat Von D beauty haul. I went and hit Sephora and bought a whole bunch of fun stuff, and I couldn't wait for the opportunity to create a look with it. So if you'd like to see how I achieved this smoldering, sort of maroony, shimmery eye and lip look, please keep watching. So as you can see, I've done my primer, my foundation, my pore minimizer, my contouring and my eyebrows already. I will be doing an in-depth tutorial on how I do my base, as well as an in-depth tutorial on how I do my brows, and once those have gone live, I will link them down below. So first thing I'm going to do is take my Urban Decay Priming Potion. So just taking my Shade and Light Eye Contour Palette by Kat Von D, and I'm so sad. I only used this like 2 or 3 times, and I accidentally dropped a hairbrush on my palette because I left it open, and it looks like a dog's breakfast. So I'm pretty upset about that actually, but I mean, good thing is it wasn't further damaged. It's just a little bit of aesthetic and not too much product was lost, so that's okay then. Reasons not to brush your hair near your makeup. So I'm only going to be using this quad here on the end. I'm going to be starting with this larger shade here, which is called Ludwin. And I'm just going to be using a Napoleon brush 16, which is a large flat shader brush. And I'm very excited because, as you all know, Black Friday just occurred, and I've been saving for a while, so I could get a whole bunch of things. And I've got some really exciting brushes going to be coming, so that's going to be really good. So just taking that shade all over the lids. Next I'm going to take my Shade and Light Eye Contour brush. So I'm just going to be taking Succubus, which is this sort of terracotta shade, and I'm using the fluffy light side of the brush. And I'm just going to take that through the crease, and this is going to act as my transition shade. And I'm just building up the depth. With these shadows, they're quite pigmented, so I don't really want to add too much product straight away. Next I'm going to take this dark brown shade called Citree, and I'm going to be using the tapered shade side of the brush. Just trying to create more depth and dimension, and then blending that out. Next I'm taking my Maybelline Color Tattoo. This is the leather look one, and it's in black. Just taking a small flat shader brush. This is Napoleon Perdis brush 11. So just packing that on the brush. And I'm just going to place that on the outer corner. And I'm just going to pull that out into a bit of a wing. I'm just pulling on my eye a little bit heavier than usual, just because I want to get a bit of a clean line. And I'm just dragging that colour over a bit, just so we can start to transition it. Next I'm taking the Serpentina palette. I'll be taking this matte red shade on the end called Blood Milk. Just taking a medium flat shaded brush. This is a Napoleon Perdis brush 13. And I'm just going to pat that from the inner third through the middle. Next I'm taking ink from the Serpentina palette. This is a black eyeshadow with a bit of gold shimmer through it. And I'm just going to pat that over the area where the black has remained. And I'm just going to take a large cotton circle folded in half and put it underneath my eye. Next I'm taking the brush I used for Blood Milk, the Napoleon Perdis brush 13. And I'm just going to take the shade Queen, which is this red shimmery shade. And I'm going to use that to transition those two shades together. So now that we've applied the main area of our lid and we can see how dark it is, I'm just going to apply Succubus just to deepen that up a little bit more. And I'm using the fluffy light shade end of my eyeshadow brush. Next I'm taking my Napoleon Perdis contour sculpting brush. This is brush 16R, and I'm going to blend that. Next I'm going to take this matte black shade called Shacks from the Eye Contour palette, and using the shade and light brush, I'm just going to use the shade end and take that along the lower lash line. And I'm just joining that up with the wing that we created. And I'm going to take the shadow that's left on the other end of the brush and blend that out. Pulling very attractive face right now. Going back into the Serpentina palette, I'm just going to take this Queen shade underneath the eyes again, using the shade end of my brush. I'm just going to take my Kat Von D concealer and a damp beauty blender and really put that underneath my eyes. So rather than powdering with my Laura Mercier loose translucent powder underneath my eye area like I normally would, I'm in the mood to use my shade and light contour palette. So using the light side of the brush, I'm going to use Lucid, which is this shade here. Then I'm just going to take that through my T-zone. So from the shade on light eye contour palette, I'm going to take this light beige color and the white. So that's Lightness and Liberatus, and mix those together and place that on the inner corner. Just taking that big flat brush that we used originally. Just going over that just to intensify the lightness on the inner corner. And just going to take that on the arch of the corner. A little bit heavy on this eye, so I'm just going to take my blending brush and buff that. I'm really digging the sparkle. Next I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Duo Brush 12 and my Napoleon Perdis gel liner in Yin. So I'm just extending that wing just a little bit further than where we've taken the eyeshadow, just to make sure that it's a very defined and clean wing despite the very heavy makeup that we have going on. So I'm actually taking a lip brush because I want a very fine brush, and this is exactly the shape that I want. I want a very small surface area, and I'm actually going to take my Urban Decay Makeup All Nighter Setting Spray, spray the brush, and I'm actually going to apply that red glitter shade just in the center of the lid, just to really make that pop. So that shade is Queen. And you can really see the difference that that technique makes. Just gonna go in with my Lash Sensation mascara by Maybelline. I was gonna take these accent lash, but I've decided that I'm gonna take these Ardell Natural Lash, which I have no idea how the hell these are natural, honestly. But that's what they say they are, so we're gonna go with it. Taking my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette and my Shade and Light Contour Brush to firstly contour with, what is this? Somber. Taking obviously the shade in, which is the Inglewood part. palette and go over the areas where it should have lights. So you can see I'm just going in an L shape, upside down L. These are so finely milled. There's like hardly any fallout. The pigmentation is phenomenal with all of the Kat Von D products. I'm actually going to take this little eyeshadow brush and contour my nose with it because it's already got a bit of a brown shade on it, so why not? I'm just gonna take it under my lid. Just gonna buff that out. I'm going to take my Inglot Freedom System blush palette that I created when I went to IMATS a couple years ago. Looking on camera, like, this seems to be the reddest of the lot, so I'm actually just going to go in with my shade side of my Kat Von D Shade on Light brush. So as you can see, like, I'm doing using a heap of Kat Von D products in this video, and my previous video was actually a haul of me purchasing all these products. So you should have a watch of that. I will link that video down below, and I actually do a try on of the other Everlasting lipstick that I bought, which was Lovesick, and that was a beautiful color. So I'm pretty excited to be using this one. Taking the Jaclyn Hill face palette, just using a large flat brush. I'm going to take the pinkier shade, which is Champagne Pop. So I really like this Everlasting lipstick in Bachelorette. It's redder than I thought it looked like in the bottle, so that's even better. I thought it had like a bit more of a pinky undertone, so I'm glad it's like more of the red is coming through, which is what I want. My teeth look pretty white with this lipstick, so I'm pretty happy about that. So that completes the final look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you found it helpful. I really enjoyed creating this look and playing around with the Kat Von D Shade on Light palettes as well as the Serpentina palette. I'm a massive fan of Kat Von D Beauty, as I've said in my previous video. So I have some really awesome products coming in, and that means that there'll be some really great videos coming out. So don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of those videos. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and you can also like me on Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat. They're all Lovelady-Luxe. And don't forget, if you have any comments, questions, you can comment down below, or any suggestions for my videos. This was Lovelady-Luxe, and I will see you next time.